Okay, we've had a new document drop. Let's go over it real quick. Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. This is going to be a very quick update on the latest official updates in the Idaho 4 case. There has been a new document posted to the official website, and it's actually an interesting one, so I wanted to read it out loud to you guys. It was posted today, and it's an objection to motion. Now, what I'm getting from this is that Bryan Kohberger himself is objecting to the May 22nd date for the media's motion hearing, stating that he needs additional time. But I didn't see where the fact that the Consalvis family's motion was being put together with this, so it's just kind of strange the way that it's worded. I'm just going to go ahead and read it to you. Objection to motion to reconsider order dated May 4th, 2023. Comes now Bryan C. Kohberger by and through his attorney, J. Weston Logsden, Chief Deputy Litigation, and hereby objects to the motion to reconsider order dated May 4th, 2023 on the grounds that the media's motion to vacate the amended non-dissemination order raises factual issues that Mr. Kohberger requires additional time to prepare. So it's mentioning Jay Logsden and not Ann, even though her name is on the top of the document, along with the Elisa Massoth, the new one, the co-counsel that we just saw the official document for. But we did hear about this additional attorney coming on, I believe, a few months ago. But the first official document that we got regarding her, I posted it in my community tab a few days ago. So if you guys haven't seen it, you can just pop on over there and check it out. The media argues in its motion that it is irreparably harmed each day this court's amended non-dissemination order remains in place. In essence, the media argues that this court should grant a temporary injunction against its own injunction. It claims that this was the intent of the Supreme Court because it moved quickly to determine that its petition for a writ was filed in the wrong forum and using the wrong vehicle. The verbiage in this is extremely interesting, honestly. What the media fails to note is that the Supreme Court provided no such directive in its written decision. It also fails to note that the petition for a writ was a purely legal issue, whereas, as it has repeatedly argued, the basis for the entry or amendment of a non-dissemination order is a question of law and fact. See memorandum in support of motion to vacate the amended non-dissemination order number 12. That must be referencing one of the exhibits from the actual order from the media petitioners. The media seems to be acting on the premise that the order should simply vanish now that it has arrived on the scene. Instead, this court has reasonably and correctly recognized that the proper path forward is a hearing where the parties may show what evidence there is of prejudice and the potential for prejudice to Mr. Kohberger's 6th and 14th Amendment rights to a fair trial from the removal of the non-dissemination order in this case. Because the media coverage of this case has been intense, and because Mr. Kohberger plans on providing expert testimony on its damaging effects, Mr. Kohberger will require additional time and will not be prepared for such a hearing on May the 22nd. Okay, that's actually really interesting because, you know, here on this channel, we've talked a lot about, especially News Nation's agenda when it comes to this case, right? And a lot of the comments that I get is how it's interesting that YouTubers and people like us on other social media platforms, we're not sticking to what News Nation and all of the other mainstream people are telling us when it comes to this case, because whenever you sit down and you actually look at everything, the pieces are not connecting. So it's interesting to me that, again, the fact that the Consalvis family wants to have a meeting about the gag order isn't mentioned in here whatsoever, and these are supposed to be on the exact same date. But I'm wondering if this was like a backwards way to also push off their gag order, if this would actually get approved, without it looking as if the suspect is personally attacking one of the victims' families. That's one of the thoughts I had for this, especially since these two are combined. And the original date was May 25th, which was only going to be 3 days after the new date of May 22nd. So I'm not sure what additional stuff Mr. Kohberger thinks that he could get in just 3 days that would change whatever preparedness he thinks he needs to have for May 22nd. But it's interesting, that very last paragraph, because the media coverage of this case has been intense and Mr. Kohberger plans on providing expert testimony on its damaging effects. This could be interesting.